So this is me. It's time for an introductory video, as I've got lots of lovely new followers and friends. And I think we always, my hair's bothering me. So I'm just going to have a quick faff around with it. I think we always assume everybody knows who we are and what we do, because especially when you're running your own business and you're on social media a lot, you're constantly you think you're constantly saying, oh, I do this and I do this. And I frequently get people messaging me going, I didn't know you ran dance holidays. Can I join the carnival course? And I think, I thought I'd said all of this. So I thought it's time for an introductory video. So I'm Melanie. Hello. And 20 years ago, I was diagnosed with stage 3 cervical cancer and given 6 months to live if I did nothing medical. And I chose to heal myself holistically. It sounds really straightforward, but it wasn't. And I don't want to simplify this process for anyone else who might be going through a health crisis themselves. I just had a very strong sense when I got the diagnosis that I didn't want to do anything more medically. I'd had a few years prior to that, I'd been doing some training in the mind-body field. And remember, this is 20 years ago, so things have moved on quite a bit in the last 20 years. I was living in the States at the time. At this point, I was on the East Coast. When I was doing the mind-body work, I was living on the West Coast in California. So I'd done all of that training. So when I got the diagnosis, I had a working knowledge of what was possible. That if you engage your entire system, body, mind, spirit, and emotions, you can create balance. So, and I'd had some previous health issues as well that I've been working through. So when I got the diagnosis, I made the decision that I was going to heal holistically. And I sat for about a week in a kind of, I would call it loose meditation. I didn't really talk to anyone in the outside world. I went deeply within, and I came out of this week with two things. I needed to go back to the UK, and I was married at the time and not very happy, and I wanted to leave the marriage. And that was it. That was it. So I came back to the UK and moved back in with family at 32, which is a whole story in itself. But my family were amazing, especially as they struggled with the way I wanted to do things, and quite conventional people. And they had to deal with their child wanting to walk a different path to what they understood. And the short version is that over the next 4 years, I did a variety of different things involving the mind, the body, the spirit, and the emotions. And at the end of this 4 years, I woke up one morning and I thought, oh, it's time to go get a smear test. And I did, and it came back clear. That is the very, very short version. I didn't involve doctors when I chose to take care of myself holistically. And that was my choice. It's my body, my way. That was my thinking. But I did go back for a test when I felt ready. And it validated where I felt I was. So out of that experience, I decided I wanted to help women find themselves in the way I had, because really my journey was not about cancer. Cancer was kind of the smokescreen. Cancer was the symptom. What was really going on was that I was completely disconnected from myself and the divine. And I didn't know who I was or where I wanted to go in life. And it had manifested itself in this massive health issue. And so how part of my healing was discovering who I was and what I wanted to do. And some of that was going back to sort of childhood dreams. And what re-emerged was my love of movement. And I went back into not just dance, but movement and dance. I took up running as part of my recovery from cancer. I'm still running today, 20 years on. I absolutely love it. And I went back into dance for myself, and then I trained to teach, and then I trained as a fitness instructor, and then as a personal trainer. And so I've got all kinds of training around working with movement. And so my goal was to build up this space where I could support other women and handhold them through their own version of that. And the other piece for me that was key was the healing work. So I'd done a lot of training in California in clairvoyant reading and healing. And I started to do that again as I was coming through my own experience with cancer, started to work with other people in a spiritual counseling, coaching way. And that place, that space evolved into something where I could really support people using my clairvoyance as a base. And so out of that, I've had clients over the years that have done some movement with me, healing work, spiritual coaching and counseling, meditation sessions. That's evolved into wellbeing weekends and holidays, where we take all of this and we work on it in an intense space for either a weekend, or we've done seven-day holidays to parts of Europe. So there are different strands to what I now do, but the goal is the same. And you know, my area is women, so I don't work with men. So sorry, guys, plenty of healers out there for you, but my speciality is working with women, and that's always been where my health issues have affected me, is in my female organs. So that is what I know, and that is what I do. So I work with women now, and I help them get unstuck in themselves, in life. It could be a health issue that's holding them back. I've had clients over the years in manic depression. I've had clients coming through childhood trauma who've gone to transform themselves and their lives and live great lives. And I've had people who are just feeling stuck and they know there's more out there for them, but they're not sure exactly what that is. And so the coaching and counseling space can be a really great way of looking at what's going on clairvoyantly and giving guidance and counsel as to one's next step. So I do one-to-one sessions ad hoc, but I also run a 6-session package called Supercharge Your Life, which is where we look at your body, mind, spirit, and emotions. We take the clairvoyance, my clairvoyance, and we work on looking at all aspects of you over those 6 sessions: your movement, your mindset, your energy, meditation, your meals and nutrition, your emotions, your mood, your me time, how are you looking after yourself? And I communicate, we chat, we make adjustments, and we create a plan so that at the end of those 6 sessions, you have a blueprint to start taking charge and supercharging your own life. So if you're interested in that program, DM me the word super. If you're interested in the healing and coaching work, DM me the word healing. And if you're interested in anything to do with movement or the wellbeing holidays, DM me the word wellbeing. And I'm going to leave it there. But if none of that fits, but you have a few questions, just message me. And if I can answer them, I will. And if I can't, I'll let you know that too. Have a lovely afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you're tuning in from in the world. Bye.